The time is 12 o'clock, and here's the media news. First, the top stories. Ogun to adopt ICT in teaching core subjects in state public schools. Buhari worried about the education sector back sack of 22,000 teachers in Kaduna. Two former directors in presidency jailed 105 years for corruption. Fulani Apex Body warns that anti-open grazing law is a ticking time bomb. Zimbabwe Army Chief warns against ongoing purge in the ruling party. UK Prime Minister accuses Russia of meddling polls in cyber attack. I am Tobi Johnson, bringing you the news in detail shortly. Ogun State government says it intends to introduce information and communication technology to teach core subjects in public secondary schools in the state. Education, Science and Technology Commissioner Ndukwe Mujota who made this known at a meeting of the Treasury Board on the proposed 2018 budget, says the ministry is partnering with a private information and communication technology firm on the project. She explains that the ICT project aims at addressing the problems of shortage of teachers in the state public secondary schools. The company, according to Mujota, also agreed to provide 20 ICT hubs in the state. Earlier, the chairman of Teaching Service Commission, Mrs. Olabosipo Oguso, had complained of the shortage of teachers in the state public secondary schools, in which a ratio of one teacher handles about 500 students in core subjects. Ogun State government is to acquire robotic firefighting equipment to cope with the challenges of fire outbreaks in the state. Governor Bikla who approved $2 million for the purchase of the equipment for the state fire service during the 2018 Ogun State Treasury Board meeting in Abeokuta, says the intervention reduced fire outbreaks in the state. By 2018, the governor explained that the challenges of fighting fire outbreak will be greater, but about 5 high-rise buildings are expected to spring up in the state. And also, according to a release by the head media unit, Minister of Works, Ayotole Mushu, says the $2 million robotic firefighting equipment is the latest to be used in advanced economies. President Muhammadu Buhari has supported moves by Kaduna State government to sack 21,780 primary school teachers who failed the state competency test. The affected teachers, according to the state government, failed primary 4 test. Buhari backed the plan sack the teachers while speaking at a special session of the Federal Executive Council on the crisis in the nation's education sector.
Buhari sent me about 10 years ago. It is a very, very serious situation. When teachers cannot pass the exam, they are supposed to teach the children to pass.
He also expressed concern over the 13.2 million children who are out of schools in the country. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC has faulted President Muhammadu Buhari for backing the decision of the Kaduna State government to sack 21,850 public school teachers who failed competency tests. The organized labour is threatening a nationwide strike if Kaduna State government goes ahead with the planned sack of the teachers. The Congress Deputy President, Peter Adeyemi, says it is wrong for Buhari, as the father of the nation, to have listened only to Governor Nasir El-Rufai. Buhari, according to the NLC Deputy President, also have listened to the organized labour, which is opposing the modality adopted by the Kaduna State government. To Adeyemi, Kaduna State government, despite being the employers of the sacked teachers, has no right to conduct a competency test, adding that NLC will seek an audience with Buhari to state its own side of the story. Kaduna State government is already recruiting 25,000 primary school teachers to replace the 21,850 teachers who failed primary 4 previous test. 2 former directors in the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation have been jailed by federal high courts to a total of 105 years for official corruption. The former directors, Mohammed Audu and Yahya Ayodeji, were charged to court for setting up a private company to corner $1 billion in government contracts. The contracts are secured from the economic reform and government's project and government integrated personnel management information system. Justice Yusuf Halilu, in his judgment, sentenced Ayodeji to a 35 years jail term, while Audu receives 70-year jail term. Fulani social cultural organization Miyetiala Kautahore has warned that the law banning the open grazing of cattle in Benue State and other states planning to follow suit could plunge Nigeria into a major conflict. President of the organization in the Northwest Zone, Alhaji Abdullahi Bodejo, who issued the warning at a news conference in Kaduna, calls for urgent intervention for well-meaning Nigerians for the scrapping of the anti-open grazing law. The law is in operation in Benue State, while Taraba plans to introduce it as from January 2018. The Fulani leader says the law is a time bomb as it seeks to deprive Fulani headsmen of their source of livelihood. Modijo asks Inspector General of Police Brahim Idris to provide adequate security for Fulani headsmen to safeguard them from threat in Benue State and other states planning to introduce anti-open grazing law. A suspected ritualist, Yewunu Tamlaju, is now in the net of Ogun State Police Command for allegedly killing a 14-year-old girl. The State Police Commissioner, Medili Asu, paraded the suspect when he was arrested in Ijofi near Wokia at a news conference held at the command headquarters in Abeokuta. The police commissioner says the suspect was arrested along with herbalist Olusoji and another suspect. The suspect at a news briefing admitted luring the girl by buying 14 naira worth of puff-puff from her and then tied her hands and slaughtered her for ritual purposes. Later, the suspect says the vital organs were removed from the body of the slaughtered girl and dumped the remaining part of the body inside a well. You're still listening to the Midday News on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we'll bring you foreign, business, and sport news. Please do stay with us. Zimbabwe's army chief has warned those responsible for pushing the country's ruling ZANU-PF party to stop, or the military will step in. The rare intervention comes just a week after President Robert Mugabe sacked his deputy president Emerson Mnangagwa, once seen as a successor who has fled into exile. General Constantino Chiwenga, who appeared at a news conference with another 90 senior army officers, did not refer to anyone by name. Speaking at the army headquarters, General Chiwenga said the removal of people who were involved in the independence struggle, like Mr. Mnangagwa, would not be tolerated. General Chiwenga also hit up at the squabbling between politicians, saying it had led to no meaningful development in the country for the past 5 years. Thousands of Iranians have spent a second night outdoors in bitterly cold temperatures after a devastating earthquake hit the west of the country. The government is scrambling to get aid to the worst hit area in the mountainous province of Kermanshah, where hundreds of homes were destroyed. More than 430 people were killed and about 7,000 injured when the quake hit near the Iran-Iraq border on Sunday. Iran has declared Tuesday a national day of mourning. Authorities said that more than 30,000 houses have been damaged and at least 2 villages completely destroyed. Tremors were felt as far away as Turkey, Israel, and Kuwait. British Prime Minister Theresa May has launched her strongest attack on Russia yet, accusing Moscow of meddling in elections and carrying out cyber espionage. Addressing leading business figures at a banquet in London, the Prime Minister said Russia's Vladimir Putin's government was trying to undermine free societies. Mrs. May said it was plotting fake stories to sow discord in the West, but she added whilst in the UK did not want perpetual confrontation with Russia, it would protect its interest. Her comments are in stark contrast to those of US President Donald Trump, who last week said he believed President Putin's denial of intervening in the 2016 presidential election. In business, the presidency has received payment from Niger and the Benin Republics for the electricity supply to them. Our Works and Housing Minister Raji Fashola says both countries paid about $64.6 million for the standard electricity bills. Fashola made this known at a monthly power sector ministerial meeting in Asaba, the Delta State capital. The minister says the Nigeria Electricity Bulk Trading Company will work out the modality for sharing of the $64.63 million revenue among the electricity distribution companies. Finally, on the media news, sport news. Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) has reappointed Bala Nekiu as head coach of the under-17 women national team, the Flamingos. The Wiki tourist coach will be returning for his third spell back to the Flamingo setup after his first two terms in 2014 and 2016. Nekiu led the women Kenya team to the 2014 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica, where the team were knocked out in the quarterfinals. The former Katsina United coach second term with the national team wasn't a pleasant outing as the Flamingos crashed out in the group stages of the 2016 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Jordan and failed to record a single goal in the three matches they played. Nikhil will be assisted by former Nigerian international Tobi, who is the first assistant coach, and Juma Peter Otache, who is the second assistant coach, and Christian Obi, who will serve as the goalkeeper trainer. A tearful Gianluigi Buffon said he was sorry for all of Italian football as he led the wave of international retirement after a World Cup playoff defeat by Sweden. Italy were held to a 0-0 draw in Milan and failed to qualify for the World Cup for the first time since 1958. Buffon said it is a shame that his last official game coincided with a failure to qualify for the World Cup. Buffon's Juventus teammate Andrea Bazzagli and Roman midfielder Daniel Pinozzi also ended their Italy careers, while Juve defender Giorgio Chiellini is expected to join them. Goalkeeper Buffon made 175 appearances for his country in a 20-year career, lifting the World Cup in 2006, and believes the future could still be bright for the full-time world champions. That was the media news, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Ogun State to adopt ICT in teaching course subjects in state public schools. Buhari worried over the education sector backs the sack of just 2,000 teachers in Kaduna. Two former directors of the presidency have been jailed for 105 years for official corruption. Fulani Apex Body was an anti-open reason noble is a time bomb. Zimbabwe Army Chief warns against ongoing purge in the ruling party. UK Prime Minister accuses Russia of meddling in polls in cyber attack. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you so much for listening. I am Tobi Joseph. Good evening.